Hey everyone, and welcome to FBP Live. I'm your host Chantal. You are tuning in to episode 16 of 5 Minutes of Fit Inspiration, coming to you from a very special location. If you look over my shoulder, I am currently standing at the top of the Empire State Building in New York City. As far as locations go, it's going to be hard to beat this one. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. Patrick, I love that you were first on the line. Stacey, so nice to see you. So guys, as you can see in the background, I am live from the Empire State Building at the moment. Hey guys, can you do me a big favor? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me clearly at the moment? Because I'm in a massive room with a whole lot of tourists. So if you can give me a little thumbs up and let me know if you can hear me clearly, that would be very much appreciated. Now, what we are doing today is over the last 24 hours, thank you Stacey, over the last 24 hours, JT from Active Management and myself have been hanging out and checking out a whole lot of New York City boutique studios. So today, we're gonna be coming to you with some of the highlights from those studios. So I want to bring Ryan. Hey, welcome along. I'm going to bring JT into the video right now. Guys, JT from Active Management, our foundation partner. Here he is. Say hi, JT.
Oh, hi everybody. Wow.
Okay, so we've got Stacey, we've got Ryan, we've got Patrick, we've got some others on the line, but I can't see the others. So a very warm welcome and big shout out to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us today. So we've been pretty busy since we touched down here on Sunday night.
And we stink.
It's been a big day of workouts. To give you a bit of an idea, at the moment we've covered 9 studios. We've visited 9 studios. Matt, good morning. We visited 9 studios in total. We have worked out at 5 of those 9. Now we're going to run you through what they are, and then we'll take you through what some of those standout features were that we really enjoyed about the experience, and what we felt that we could take away from it. So we started off yesterday morning at Switch Playground. That was workout number 1. We then headed into the city. We did a walk around New York, and we had a look at Burn. Now for you guys, we didn't actually work out at Burn, but Burn is actually a studio where they drop the temperature to really, really low level. I can't think of what. Can you remember
64.
what it was? 64 degrees, good memory.
Fahrenheit.
So 64 degrees Fahrenheit. So we walked into the studio and it was really, really cold, and they do yoga in there, they do HIIT classes, and they did one other class. So we checked out Burn.
Slide from the 1980s.
So that was a really interesting concept. We then went on to Mindful, MNDFL. And Mindful is a meditation and breathing studio, and I can't wait to tell you guys, that was a highlight for me, so I'll tell you guys about that. Where did we go after that?
Where did we go after
Performix
that?
House?
Yep.
Okay, so we checked out Performix House. JT, what is it about Performix House that is particularly unique?
Their top tier membership for personal training is $900 US a month.
900.
Gives you unlimited personal training, unlimited crypto.
Crypto
therapy.
It's got nothing to do with crypto.
No, cryotherapy. And I think they give you some supplementation as well.
Yeah, so pretty high-end club. So we checked that out. We didn't work out there, but we did visit there.
Yeah.
And then our last workout last night was at Rumble. Heaps of people had recommended Rumble, so we it was boxing and some major DJ sort of work happening in there as well. So that was yesterday. It's a pretty big day yesterday. Today we started the morning with an incredibly intense workout at Tone House. Give me a thumbs up right now if you guys have heard of Tone House, or if you've done a workout there, or if you've heard about the reputation of Tone House, because let me tell you this, it definitely lived up to its reputation. It's all good. Okay, after Tone House, ooh, mental blank, there's been a lot. Temple. So we went to Temple after Tone House. Really interesting looking locations. That was cool. We checked that out. And then this afternoon we have just literally come from SLT, which is Strength and Length and Tone. It is a Pilates reformer based workout. Really interesting. I think I'm shaking at the moment because of that workout. So guys, now that you know what we've done so far, and there's still a few more to come. Tomorrow morning we do fitting room. We'll probably do Barry's and Assault later on during the week, and there's we checked out Neo U as well.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So Neo U is in the middle of the city, and it's what did it used to be?
Used to be CrossFit, Reebok CrossFit on 5th.
Yeah.
Now it's CrossFit on 5th. on the bottom floor and Neo on the second bottom
On the
floor.
second floor, yeah. Jennifer, hi, so nice to see you. So guys, let's run through now what those kind of real standouts were. I think that's what we want to share with you first and foremost today is what were those things that we thought were a little bit different, that kind of made the experience really fantastic, some of the studios. So I'm going to get JT to kick it off with something that our first workout that we experienced during our first workout, and that was at Switch Playground. Differentiating new members from existing. Tell everyone about that.
So when you walk in and they know you're the first time, you get a black towel. If you're already a member there, you get a white towel. So the instructors could tell, or the coaches could tell, all the new people based on the colour of their towels. Oh, that was a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, I thought it worked out really well, and I didn't realise until we walked in the room and the instructor was doing the actual onboarding of all of the members and telling us about the class, and he kind of looked out amongst the room and went, oh, hang on a second, where are my black towel people? And then I realised that was us. We were the newbies, but I was thinking from an instructor perspective, it's a really nice way to notice the difference just in a second, new members versus existing. So that was really cool.
We had a workout with Amy Thompson as well.
We did. Shout out to Amy.
It was great having Amy come along from the FBP family.
And Amy was a guest on, I wish my memory was that good. She was on a guest on a show recently. We talked about group fitness, we talked about virtual fitness. So if you guys want to check it out, write Amy in the comments below and I'll send you through a copy of her episode. Now, one of the other things, or one of the next places that we went to was Mindful, MNDFL, and it was a workout, not really a workout, is it?
Not when people are wearing jeans.
That's a really good point. So we'll talk about that in a second. So Mindful is a meditation-based studio, guys, and I wanted to make sure that we visited that because personally I am all about the high-intensity workouts. I love that type of thing, but this is a totally different concept. It's in the middle of New York City. I have heard that there's a studio in Sydney as well. I'm sure there's others around. But what I found was really special about this, I mean, the whole thing was special, but from the moment that we opened up the door of the studio, they had a beautiful scent in the air. Hey Eugene, nice to see you over here. They had a beautiful scent in the air, kind of like if you were walking into a hotel lobby. So a scent that also carried throughout the whole, I don't know if it was a candle or an incense or something, but it was just a beautiful smell, which the second, from a consumer point of view, that you walked in the door, you could smell it. It was absolutely beautiful. From this time that we actually stepped into their reception area, it was unlike anything I've ever seen before. It kind of looked like, first of all, the desk and everything was very beautiful, but I looked straight ahead and you could see a waiting room full of people that were in like their office gear and kind of not your traditional, I don't know, active wear, if you will. And it was just a beautiful environment, really nice greeting at the door. Everything was beautifully branded. Everything was very much on brand. So they carried the mindful kind of feeling throughout the whole place, from the layout of the actual studio to the interiors of the studio to the color palette that they used. One of the really specific things that I loved about Mindful, which I think was a beautiful connection to their instructors, is that they had a bookshelf and each of the instructors had actually chosen 3 of their favorite mindfulness or meditation books, and they stacked them on the bookshelf and they put the instructor's name on top of those books. So it's like a recommendation from that instructor. I've never seen it done before, and I thought it was a really beautiful touch and a really nice way to connect with their members. Is there anything else about Mindful that...
It was very homely.
It was really homely. It was like walking into a lounge room.
People were sitting in their lounge room with bookshelves, so yeah, it was very comfortable.
Yeah, and the other thing that stood out to me is when we walked in, I noticed that everyone that was in that waiting room waiting to go in, they had like a mug in their hands, a branded mug, and it was literally like being in a lounge room. And when we did the onboarding, the guy at the front desk said to us, oh look, if you want to grab a cup of tea, yes I did, if you want to grab a cup of herbal tea, water, whatever you want, go and grab a mug, and you take that into the meditation studio with you. So now, for those of you that are interested, we did take a heap of photos inside that studio and some video too. So if you haven't already seen those, just maybe put Mind. That'll be easier. Put Mind, M-I-N-D, in the comments below, and we will we'll make sure that we send you a link and you can check out those photos. Okay, what do we have next on the list? Where do we go to from there?
Rumble.
A lot of people had recommended Rumble.
Not sure why.
Rumble was It was a non-stop boxing slash circuit type style training with the water bags. So with those massive water punching bags, they are actually really cool to train on. I really like training the water bags. Punching them felt really good. But the standout was the benches, right? Tell everyone about those benches.
So the benches were about a foot off the ground, 50 centimetres off the ground, and then they had the dumbbells all racked vertically across them. So unlike some other studios where the dumbbells are hidden down the end and you've got to go down, get them, bring them back, you could actually just hook under, pick up your 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pound dumbbells. It's a clever way of stacking them. I've seen it in One Rebel in the UK, but I haven't seen anywhere else. So it's really impressive.
Yeah, it made it really easy, and it made the transitions really easy as well, because you didn't have to kind of break formation to go over to the rack, pick up dumbbells, come back again.
So you didn't get a break.
You didn't get a break, but it kept the flow going of the whole class. So that was really cool. Anything else from Rumble that was a real standout? I think that was something. Oh, there is. It actually happened before class. So any of you guys that follow me on Insta, you might have actually seen that I posted about this when it happened. So we booked Rumble probably about a week ago, and the first impression that I got of Rumble was really, really strong, because they sent through a confirmation email which was completely on brand and in the tone of the Rumble brand. So the way that they actually addressed that very initial email was they took a quote from Rocky, I think it was.
That's a photo bomber. We just got bombed.
We got video bombed. They took a quote from Rocky, and so I think they refer to all of their participants as champ. That's kind of the word that they use. So you got this email which was like, hey champ, thanks so much for signing up. And then it was boom. Here's like a paragraph that just got you into the mood straight away. If you guys want a copy of that email, I will send you a link. I'll forward it to you. Just write Rumble in the comments below, and I'll get you a copy of that email so you can get a bit of a feel. But what it meant is that straight away you were kind of immersed in the feeling of the class that you were going to do. It screamed boxing straight away. So that was really cool about Rumble. Okay, let's keep going. So I want to move on to this morning.
Of course she does.
Because
yesterday's workouts, she didn't get a heart rate up, didn't like it. It was all grumpy last night because she came all the way to New York for some dud workouts.
I was
until today.
Today definitely stole the show, without a doubt. Hey, Bronny, beautiful to see you. Yeah, today stole the show. So we had an early start this morning. Everyone had given me the heads up about Tone House. I was told that it is the most brutal workout that you can do in New York City, and they were not wrong. It was so full on, very athletic. But what I thought was really, really cool, and what we can learn from Tone House, is how they captivated the team spirit in the workout. Saying that, the coach was absolutely phenomenal, so I think that had a lot to do with it. I think with all of our experiences are very coaching driven. But a couple of things that they did. So to start off the class, they would bring everyone into the circle, and they'd kind of do a bit of a Tone House chant to get people going and raise that energy. The actual atmosphere in the room is really cool, and I'll talk to you about the pre and post game area in a second, because that's part of it as well. But the atmosphere in the room is cool because it's dark. The turf is completely black. So the ground, unlike like a green synthetic turf that we see in a lot of facilities, the Tone House turf is black the whole way through, which just gives it an amazing look and feel. And but in the middle of that floor, they actually have this huge circle painted or as part of the design on the floor. And what that meant is that as soon as the coach brought everyone into that circle, it had a real kind of team feeling. I've never been in a football team. I know that's probably hard to believe, but that's the feeling that I got. It was kind of that huddle, kind of everyone in, everyone feeling. And the beauty of that circle is that several times throughout the class, he brought us back to that circle. And whether that was just to come into a huddle or do part of the workout, having that circle paint on the ground, I just thought was a really nice connection tool with members. What do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with Chantal completely. It's part of their logo, so I would suggest that when they were designing their logo, they had in mind that they would do that. So it's a circular logo. So getting everybody in, and I think it just sort of signifies what they're trying to create with that team.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's the second time I've been to Tone House, and both times I've nearly vomited in the workout. But it is an amazing experience with great athletic coaches.
Yeah. And once again, just coming back to that coaching, one of the real standouts. So I think I was the only one that was brand new in the group. And he straight away asked if there was anyone new in the group. He straight away learnt my name within seconds and had an amazing ability to coach a group but coach individually as well, like really, really well. He was utilizing my name, he's utilizing other people's names within the room. Just what I would say a really outstanding fitness coach. So that made for the experience. Now the other great thing about Tone House, which again I haven't seen before and I haven't seen in this way, is they have this kind of pre and post workout area, like a dedicated area, which felt like a bit of a warm-up room, I guess, like you'd have on a football field.
Maybe in the sheds.
Maybe.
Not on the field.
But essentially what it meant is that you gathered with all of the members in this kind of warm-up area. It had the same black turf in that area. It had another big logo there. They had stretching, they had like rollers and stretching stuff, and it just, I guess, started that camaraderie and that team spirit started in that pre-game room. You took it into the studio and then everyone came out and hung around that room afterwards as well, which I thought was really good. Yep, cool. What else? This afternoon, SLT. So SLT was really interesting. It was actually recommended to us. Maddie, Amy, we were just talking about you.
Amy,
you got a shout out earlier, Amy, for joining us yesterday. So SLT, yeah. So we were recommended SLT from Emma Barry. She had mentioned that what did she call it? Pilates on steroids. So this is like reformer Pilates like you've never done before, and pretty impressive layout, pretty impressive room, really well run. I would say just the standout for me about that particular workout was really the workout itself, the intensity that you get from a slow moving workout. I didn't expect to get that. Yeah. Any standouts for you on that one? Anything jump to your mind?
I think the simplicity of the studio.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't complicated. No showers, couple of toilets, basic change rooms, and 15 reformers in a line.
Yeah.
Very simple, but still quite beautiful to look at. Simple.
Yeah.
I think there wasn't a lot of signage. It was crisp, it was clean, it was lovely.
Yeah, it was a really good experience. So that, guys, gives you a bit of an overview of some of the things that stood out to us as fantastic experiences so far. We've still got a couple of days to go, but that will give you a little bit of an idea. There are some things that we also observed that I think we would maybe do differently, or perhaps we could learn from a few bits and pieces. Do you want to get started on that one?
So for me, one of the things that I guess is disappointing, and I've got a few people on here who are from the US and people who will watch later on replay from the US, it just dumbfounds me on why the person at the front desk is not wearing uniform. These guys, these boutiques are quality facilities, but people just aren't in uniform. And there's no branding there, and it just disappoints me.
Yeah.
I think it just doesn't show polish.
Yep.
When you walk into Barry's or you walk into Seoul, you see everybody in uniform, everybody wearing kit. But in the ones we've been into, I don't think we've been to one.
Wasn't always the case, yeah.
Oh, the Tone House, the lady was in uniform. But then she wasn't like full of energy at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I still think, even though some of those studios have had we've had great workouts, the first impressions from the people on the desk have been poor.
Yeah.
I don't think they've been great at all.
Yeah. And as I was saying to JT yesterday, what I think is interesting is that when you pay such a premium price, you not only expect that the experience in the studio will be a premium experience, but you expect it the whole way through. So from the greeting at the front door to the time that you walk out the door, it's kind of an expectation that you want that energy and that enthusiasm and that friendliness because you're paying a premium price. So there's the uniform issue, and then there's that general greeting and happiness and all that type of thing.
Absolutely.
So I thought that was really good, and I think that actually reflected in some of the instructors as well, not the main instructors, but some of the others that were helping out. There was kind of just not the, I guess, energy and enthusiasm with some of them that we would have expected.
Yeah.
For me, one of the things that was really interesting, and I'll use the example of a live DJ, I was really pumped with the concept of doing a class with a live DJ, and I had done one in Sydney before, and sorry, Stacey's just asking a question. Great question. Yeah, so
$30 to $35, Stacey.
US, Stacey. So 40 to 45 in some cases Aussie. Yeah, 30 to 35 US per class. So with I was really pumped about doing a live DJ, but in the particular class that we did that had a live DJ, I didn't notice it. It wasn't noticeable that there was someone there DJing. It was like great music, but there was no difference had it just been a really fantastic playlist. So I know that it's not really achievable for most facilities to have a live DJ, but the point that I'm trying to make is that if you have a unique selling point about your business and you market your business on that unique selling point, whatever it might be, then you need to make sure that that is a kick-ass delivery that you have when you've got an experience for your members. You need to make sure if that is in your marketing, and that's one of the unique things about what you're delivering, that you actually bring it when people are in your classroom. So yeah, wow, Stacey, I know, right? It's an expensive week here in New York when you try and do 9 boutique studios. And 35 is at the low end. I think a couple of the classes were a bit more than that. I think 1 or 2 were $40.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think they were $40.
Your breathing class was 10.
Oh yeah, the breathing class was only 10.
But how about that? You had to pay $10 to breathe. That's expensive.
But it was probably the most meaningful class that we did. Like, it was beautiful. Any other lessons that we would take away?
I think one of the interesting things, and Chantal talked about the email from Rumble. Every studio that we've been to produces these emails as soon as you log in, and the email communication is outstanding. You get an email as soon as you finish the class, you get an email the next day, and that seamlessness and that customer experience is important. But it was interesting with SLT, they had a video where you could click on that in the email and then took you to Vimeo to watch the video. So that's not seamless, because then I go into Vimeo and then I got to bounce back to read the rest of the email. So that was poor. Like, you've got to be able to create in your emails correspondence, that seamlessness for your customers, so they haven't got to bounce between different platforms.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And Amy's just put something up there as well, which is that she got a first-time guest rate at $24 at Switch. And as a matter of fact, you bring up a great point, Amy, because quite a few of the studios did have an initial first-time member deal, and I found that with a lot of them it was like pay the normal casual rate, but you got 2 classes for the price of 1 normal casual rate. Yeah, which I think is a really great way, obviously, to get someone used to the class, which makes me think of something else.
Amy, we talked about colour of towels.
Yeah. Yes, we loved the colour of towels. That was a really great trick, and such a low cost thing to be able to do. Really simple. Now, what was I going to say? Sorry, the views? JT wants to see the view, not the wall.
Yeah.
The wall's not interesting, the view's more interesting. I thought it was really interesting that a lot of the members that I spoke to over the last couple of days don't just belong to one studio. They use like Class Pass or one of those passes to have a whole lot of, to visit a whole lot of different studios. Yeah, that was really common around here, and I guess in a place like New York you can do that because you've got so many options available to you. So
every street corner, there used to be Starbucks, now there's a fitness studio.
They are everywhere. So guys, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Have I forgotten anything?
Don't think so.
I don't think so. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that little highlights tour of the New York City boutiques. As I said, we have got a couple more to go. Tomorrow morning we've got fitting room. We head over to DC tomorrow lunchtime. and that is for the Motion Soft Technology Summit. So we're going to be learning from a whole lot of industry leaders when it comes to tech. We will be coming to you. JT is going to be doing some live broadcasts on that on the Active Management Facebook page tomorrow night and Thursday night. We will be doing Pleasure Stacey. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be doing doing some shows with some of the Motion Soft Technology speakers that will be coming out over the next couple of months. And the only last thing that I want to leave you guys with today is this. Today's episode features Josh York, who is the founder and CEO of a company called Gym Guys, which is a very, very rapidly growing mobile home personal training service. They've just been listed, I think, in the top 200 of the fastest growing top 500 of the fastest growing franchise businesses in the USA. He has an incredible story to tell, and he talks about how he's actually developed the franchise business. That is available right now on fitnessbusinesspodcast.com. I think that's a wrap.
It's pretty close. Can I just say one thing?
Of course you can.
If you're an Active Management member, you will get to see the inside of every single one of these studios because it's included in your membership. So if you're not an Active Management member, now's the time to join because you'll be able to see the inside of all these studios.
Good note to finish off on. So
there's my plug. I'm a sponsor.
I think, he's a sponsor. He's allowed to do that. Okay, guys. So I'm going to finish off today with a little bit of a zoom in on that beautiful view outside, and we will say farewell to you guys. And make sure you tune in next week for 5 minutes of Fit Inspiration. See you, JT.
Bye.
See you, everyone.
Thanks.